I think we are live now. Hi guys. Hello. सब लोग एक बार हाई लिख दो so that we understand that you all can hear us, see us, everything is clear. नेटवर्क में इशू नहीं है, there's no lagging. Hi दीपक. यार रुक तो जा दीपक, थोड़ा स्टार्ट से ही वीआरसी के लिए सजेशन एटलीस्ट गिव अस 2 minutes यार. I think he's saying that the voice is breaking.
Yeah, even for
Can
me,
someone else confirm too?
yeah, even with her, your voice is breaking a little.
Got it. ठीक है. ये सिर्फ मेरे साथ होता है कि सबके वाईफाई क्या इशू चल रहा है आजकल?
मेरे साथ तो नहीं।
हाँ. सब अगर खुश हो जाएंगे सब आंसर से तो मेरे को कुछ सजेस्ट कर देना है कोई अच्छा वाईफाई. फ्रॉम व्हाट आई नो जियो एयरटेल एवरीथिंग इज गॉन. कुछ नहीं चल रहा है मेरे इधर.
I think Deepak is saying that it's okay now.
या. ठीक है, लेट्स सी. हाय उमेश, हाय रिद्धि. हे गाइस. All right, so before we start taking up the questions, you all know the topic for today's live is the most important topics for CET 2026, with just 74 days now. And we've got Shivali, we've got Rucha with us. Rucha is a current student in JBMS, and Shivali has just passed out from JBMS. She's currently working with L'Oreal. So we'll be understanding from them कि important topics क्या क्या होते हैं just 74 days before, and if someone is starting right now, what are some of the topics that they should focus on, and what are some of the topics कि उसको शायद थोड़ा कम प्रिपेयर करके हम सीईटी में जा सकते हैं. All right, so I think we should start with शिवाली क्योंकि वो सीनियर है रुचा की. तो शिवाली, go for it.
Yeah, sure. So with like 74 odd days left for CET, it's very important if somebody who has not started upfront or like doesn't have any kind of preparation, who has just started your preparation, it is important for you to know the important topics because when it comes to CET, you have a lot of subtopics which you have. So if you are starting a preparation, it is I mean, these topics are something that you should be covering so that you can gauge maximum marks out of the I mean whatever 200 odd questions that we have. So I'll start with cons. So for cons, I think majorly arithmetic is very important as compared to geometry and modern math. So in arithmetic specifically, the topics that you can cover are like percentages, profit and loss, ratio proportion, then you have averages, time and work, and time, speed, and distance. So these are the main topics which you should be doing from arithmetic because majorly 80% of the one liners which will come in arithmetic will be around these topics only. Now coming towards DI, so basically DI is like there are bar graphs, there are table patterns that we have, there are pie charts. So these are the most important ones. The rest, I think, wherein we have spider web. I mean, these are something that you can leave if you are like, I mean, if you have started your preparation right now, so start with the basics. So these are the topics which you can't avoid for sure. Then at all, if you have time, definitely for geometry you should go with geometry mensuration, and for modern math you should go with probability, PNC, and probability. Now coming towards the verbal section, I would suggest for verbal, firstly, even if there are 2 months left, RC is the most important part. Even if there are 2 months left, even if you've started your preparation right now, it's important for you to start reading something on a daily basis. Because that will help you not only in verbal section, but it will help you on an, I mean, for the entire paper, because your reading speed will increase, your comprehension will increase. So, for verbal section, reading RCs are a must. If you're solving, say, for example, 2 to 3 passages on a daily basis, uh, you're good to go. Then, apart from this, there are para jumbles which definitely come. That there is sentence completion which comes, uh, and grammar and vocab. These are the main topics which come in verbal area. So, these are the topics which you should be doing starting from now. Coming towards abstract, abstract is like very, I mean, we can't predict abstract mein kya aayega, because it is open ended. So mirror images hota hai. These few topics which we keep, completion of the, what do we say, completion of, for, I mean, whatever,
The series
yeah, completion of the
completion.
series. So these are the main topics that you should be covering. Now coming towards LR, LR में puzzles तो 40% of the paper is your puzzles. So puzzles तो करने ही है on a daily basis. You can solve around, if you are just starting, you can solve around 4 to 5 puzzles on a daily basis. या फिर if you have reached a certain stage of preparation, maybe 7 to 8 puzzles would also do on a daily basis, because it doesn't require much amount of time. Then you have syllogisms, which definitely, I mean, I have seen in 3 attempts that I've given in CET that syllogism is something that which definitely comes. 4 to 5 questions तो आते ही है, तो वो करना है LR में. Then you have coding, decoding, input, output, critical reasoning questions, direction sense, ये भी आता है. So yeah, I think these are the important topics in LR which you should be focusing on.
Amazing. Thanks for that comprehensive answer, Shivali. I guess काफी लोगों को समझा होगा कि what are the important topics. You all would have made a note of it as well. If not, you can always come back to this video and have a look at what Shivali just said. Now we go to Rucha. And so Rucha has seen CET, latest CET, than as compared to Shivali. Shivali का 1 साल late था, and Rucha has given the latest one. Not the latest one, मतलब हम लोग से तो सबसे ज़्यादा latest उसने ही दिया है.
Yeah.
So Rucha, I'm sure कि 80-90% तो same ही होगा as what Shivali has said. But if there are other things that you want to add, you think that you've seen other topics probably in the CET that you've given, so probably you can suggest to all the aspirants who are there watching the video right now.
Yes, so hello everyone. So, like Shivali rightly said, so most of the topics which CET has, I mean, the pattern usually continues every year. So most of the topics are repeated, and whatever Shivali explained, she explained it very comprehensively, and she has covered mostly all the topics. So I think so. If you're starting right from now, and if you want to allot your timings, so what you can do is you can start with mostly logical reasoning, because you have 75 odd questions for logical reasoning. And then you can also, I mean, most of the questions you'll get it from the seating arrangements. So if you're starting, then you can just complete or go through 15 to 20 questions of seating arrangements, and then maybe puzzles. So I mean, most of the topics are covered by Shivali, and I mean, that's what seating arrangement was the one which I think so. It was repeated mostly when I attempted CET. And then you have syllogisms where even I faced most of the issues. So for that, you should allot like 15 to 20 minutes every day. Just go through the basics of syllogisms, what logic they use, and maybe you will be good to go in the next 1 or 2 months. And after logical reasoning, I mean, logical reasoning is the section which is very easy to crack. You have also blood relation, direction sense, which are very easy to go through. You can always solve like 8 to 10 questions maybe every day, or alternate days. And then you might go for abstract reasoning, because that is the easiest section I feel to crack. Abstract reasoning has 25 odd questions, so even if you get 20 questions correct, it's a win-win situation, because it will contribute, like, you are done with the 90% of the questions correctly. So in abstract reasoning, you can focus on figure series, like which is basically mirror images, photo images, which are very easy to crack. So if you're starting right from now, you can just allot 10 minutes for all those topics, and then I think so you'll be perfect in them for like in next 1 month. And then you have pattern and symbol series, and mostly you might face issues in odd one out, so which contributes to like 5 to 10 questions. You usually get an odd one out in every question paper, in every slot. So maybe you can focus on odd one out. You can just solve 8 to 10 questions daily. Just allot 15 to 10 minutes for each of the subtopics. If you're not working, and if you want to prepare for CET full time, so that will really help you. And maybe then, like Shivali rightly explained, for in quants you have to focus most of your time on the arithmetic section, because you have topics like percentages, profit and loss, ratio, proportion, averages, which contributes to most of the question. You have most of the chunk of your questions from all these topics. And then, because as you might know that geometry, I mean, you won't find most of the questions. You have handful of questions from geometry section. So if you are starting from now and from scratch, you can skip it for now. And when you are polished in most of the arithmetic subtopics, you can eventually go and just overlook some of the geometric topics. And and then maybe you have verbal ability. So in verbal ability, you have paragraph comprehension. So which usually, so people who have already studied for CAT, ZAT, SNAP, so you might be well aware that you have to read one para every day, and not only just reading, you also have to comprehend it and then solve questions. So maybe solving two paras every day may help you in VRC section, like most of the people do face issue in BARC. So just solve 2 3 paragraphs every day, a lot, like 15 to 20 minutes. And then you also have para jumble. You have around 4 to 5 questions in CET from para jumbles. So even for that, you can just go through 3 4 questions every day, and a lot, like 15 to 20 minutes. Then obviously you have like
Perfect.
sentence completion, antonyms, synonyms. For that, you have to just go through synonyms and antonyms, the list. Maybe you can go through 10 synonyms, 10 antonyms every day, and you'll be good to go, because the list is non-exhaustive. What you'll get in CET, you never know. So you have just to go through synonyms and antonyms every day, and maybe that might help you in CET.
I'll just like to add here
Perfect.
upon Rucha that, when it comes to if somebody's starting new, definitely, if you're starting with puzzles, there are a lot of subtopics in puzzles as well. So mostly what you can focus is, I mean, these are the multiple topics. Firstly, linear arrangement, circular arrangement, you have floor based and parallel arrangement. So these are something that you should definitely be doing.
ठीक है. Perfect, guys. I hope you like the answers. सी बहुत 100 लोग बोलते हैं कि ऐसे पढ़ो, ये टॉपिक्स करो, these are the important ones, but here in this live session we've got two people who've actually cracked JBIMS, and one of which is a current student. So if they're saying something, it's definitely right, 100% right, and you can definitely trust them. And these are the important topics that you should focus on. And उस पे time ज़्यादा डालो, because it's just last 74 days that you have to study for CET. ठीक है, I think we can start taking up the questions. Shivali and Rucha, एक एक करके you all can starting the questions whichever you like. Shivali, you can start.
Deepak, if you can maybe elaborate more on VARC के लिए suggest करो, that would be better. I'll start with Adarsh's question. He's asking that he's getting 18 mocks. His basic and syllabus are covered, and I touch 150 plus in real exam. Can I touch 150 plus in real exam from now? Yeah, I think absolutely, others. There's no need for you. When you start, I think now that you are getting around 80 odd marks in your mocks, and you have just done basic of your syllabus. So what you can do is, I would suggest that we have 74 days left. Start, I mean, not just to others but everybody else as well. You should start giving mocks by now. It is high time now. At least you should be giving two. If you have just started, so it's fine if you're giving like 1 week per one mock per week. But definitely, I would suggest that give two mocks per week. Do analysis, so that you're increasing your score and not just giving a mock. Coming towards others' question. So once you start, so basically when I started my preparation, तो मैंने पूरा I think 4 5 odd months में I had completed my syllabus through and through. मतलब बहुत सारे questions solve किए थे. And then I gave my first mock जहाँ पे मुझे 80 और 90 के बीच में ही 80 कुछ तो आए थे marks. So when you give your mock, मतलब when you start giving a mock, definitely you're going to score low because you're not used to sitting for 2.5 hours in a place. You're not used to the speed that is needed in the exam. So it is fine, and definitely I think now that you have covered at least your basic syllabus, so what you can do is give more and more mocks and analyze them better. If you're giving a mock for 2.5 hour, make sure that you're analyzing it for maybe 5 to 6 hours, solving all the wrong as well as the right questions, seeing कि right questions में time कैसे कम हो सकता है, because 80 marks, if anybody is scoring 80 marks over here, I can definitely bet कि आपके सारे questions पहले तो solve नहीं हो रहे. So make sure कि आप when you're sitting for your analysis, you're solving all the questions. धीरे धीरे ही मार्क्स बढ़ेंगे, ऐसे ओवरनाइट तो नहीं बढ़ेंगे. बट यू हैव टू डू योर एनालिसिस थरली, सी कि आपका कौन से सेक्शंस में, कौन से सब टॉपिक्स में आपके क्वेश्चंस गलत आ रहे हैं. सो दैट 2 दिन, मतलब if you're giving a mock today, maybe next 2 days you can sit and do those topics, revise those topics, brush upon, थोड़ा advanced questions उसके कर लो, and then give a mock. So if you follow this pattern, तो definitely you can cross 150 as well. And we have I mean, Vidhan himself, he used to score around 60, if I'm not wrong, in December. And then we had 3 months for CET back then. But yeah, I mean, 2 months are definitely sufficient for you for touching 150 post 2 months.
बहुत है यार, 2 महीने तो बाप रे, मतलब 200 ला सकते हो. नो स्ट्रेस.
Okay,
Ruja, you
so
can take the next one.
yes, so I'll take a question by Prashant. So he says that score is stuck at 115. What I do? So, I mean, I think so. If your score is stuck at 115 and it's 21st of Jan, so it is a pretty good score. So, what you can do is you can analyze your mocks thoroughly. So, when you're analyzing, just go through section by section. So, if you're analyzing for a logical reasoning, so in logical reasoning, there might be some topics which you find really hard. For example, for me, it was syllogisms. So when you go through your analysis, you go through your question paper and the answers, and just check. So okay, so you might be feeling that I am lagging in puzzles. So this is the topic where I have taken most of my time. This is the question, and the topper has solved this in maybe 4 5, I mean 10 seconds, whereas I'm taking like 20 to 30 seconds. So what you can do is you can maybe solve more questions, go through the basics of the puzzles, and go through area test, sectional test in the weekdays, and during the weekends you can give mocks. So there might be some of the topics like syllogism where you find which is hard for you. So again, for that you have to go through basics on the weekdays, give a sectional and area test maybe every alternate days. Just make sure that you will get 90% of your questions in syllogisms correct, and maybe you can just improve your score. You can by 5 to 10 marks in every mock, and maybe in next 10, I mean 3 months, you'll have a score of around 150. So you have to do this for every section. Go section by section, analyze it thoroughly, and just clear your basics. So maybe you might be lacking in BARC. So just solve more number of paragraphs. So today you might be solving two. So next day, next week, you might start solving three, four. Just perfect it, so that I mean, you are so thoroughly well with the questions, and you just focus on accuracy and speed at this moment, and you're good to go. I mean, 115 is a good score to start right now.
I'll take this
Amazing.
question by I'll take this question by Omkar. He's saying that he has completed his QA and important topics of QA calculative and LR major topics, and how do I move forward? So Omkar, as I can see that you haven't touched upon verbal and abstract, but which is fine. I mean, you still have 2 months और verbal abstract ऐसे नहीं होता है कि हम कुछ नया ही सीख रहे हैं. Verbal English तो आता ही है. RC, I mean, we continuously keep reading something or the other. So you'll have to focus on verbal and definitely abstract. Abstract is something, if even if you do like on a daily basis for 2 months, तो आपको separately बैठ के prepare करने की भी जरूरत नहीं होगी. Initially, if you're giving, say for example, if you're solving 50 or 40 odd questions on a daily basis for a month, and then if you solve like 25 odd questions on a daily basis, so you should be good to go with abstract. Abstract का practice के साथ ही आएगा. Coming towards verbal, how you can start is verbal के लिए for the entire paper, as I said initially as well, कि you can just start reading something on a daily basis for half an hour. uh, and उसी में for verbal what you can do is solving maybe 2 RCs per day, so that आपका because 2 to 3 RCs आते हैं एग्जाम में, and then you can cover other topics such as grammar. You can cover syllogisms and synonyms, antonyms. Synonyms, antonyms, how I prepared was like, जैसे जैसे mocks आ रहे हैं, firstly you prepare the base. In our ebooks we have synonyms and antonyms, we have words जो आप कर सकते हो to set your base, and then as and when you give sectionals, as and when you give mocks, just keep adding those words to your list. So this is how you can go ahead. Speaking about critical reasoning in both LR as well as verbal, uh, it's okay to not, put in your 100% to those questions, because उसकी accuracy ही 80% around होती है. So if you are like starting afresh, so I mean, as you have not covered verbal and abstract, so I mean, towards the start you can leave those topics. जैसे जैसे mocks में आ रहे हैं, sectionals में आ रहे हैं, you can solve them. And yeah, I think focus on maybe start giving sectionals as you have completed QA and LR. तो उसका sectional दे दो. When you're preparing for verbal and abstract, keep preparing for those topics. But start giving sectionals for the topics that you have already covered. And then maybe in next month or maybe this month itself, start giving one mock per week, so that you're gauging, as I said, कि starting preparation is one part, but giving a mock and analyzing it and then improving your score is a very different thing. So start giving a mock, so that you जैसे जैसे आपकी preparation will go ahead, you'll see that your marks are also improving.
Nice. Before we move on to the next question, guys, one small thing, just hit the like button so that we are motivated. And secondly, subscribe to our channel, because we'll be coming up with videos on step-by-step registration for CET. And also we've got quite a few interviews of MMS students lined up. So if you all don't want to miss that and you all want to know their journey, how is it in JBMS and how did they study for it, just subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss out on the videos. All right, Rocha, you can take up the next one.
Yeah, so we have question from Vimal. So she says that, is it necessary to complete all quant topics thoroughly, or can we skip a few topics? So I feel if you are comfortable with other topics, for now, as we have around 3 months left, so what you can do is you can just try to solve as many questions from quants and complete the topics if you can, because I mean, you can easily complete the quants topics easily in 1 month time period. Maybe you can take one topic a day, or two topic, or one topic in 2 days, and then you can just solve the topic, give area tests, and I mean, you are not it's not compulsory to complete all the topics. Maybe you can skip topics from geometry, or else if you're not familiar and if you're not comfortable with might be any of the topic like ratio of proportions, or maybe simple interest, compound interest. So but make sure that you solve the questions for these topics. You clear your basics. You might never know that because CET is a accuracy based and speed based examination. So you have really easy questions. So you might get easy questions based on simple interest, compound interest, or maybe ratio and proportions, which you have not covered. Those, so these topics might be the one which you have not covered. So you're missing out on some of the very easy questions. So make sure that you at least go through the basics, so that if you get some easy questions, you can just solve them and score those 1 or 2 marks. So I mean, you just don't have to go through all topics thoroughly, but make sure that if you're going completing the other topics, you have 100% accuracy in those topics, because eventually you have to score around 150, 160 marks in CET, and quants is like one of the scoring subjects. So if you solve the question, most probably you'll get the answers correctly. So instead of skipping the topics at this moment, you can just go through them, solve basic questions, but make sure that you have 100% accuracy in other topics. So that's what I would I mean, like to share.
Cool. Shivali?
Yeah, I love this comment by the Asim Academy saying, let's start the hustle. I'm into it and we'll crack it with a
Yeah,
99 plus percentile."
I
Yeah.
saw that.
Yeah, I'll take this question by Umesh. He says level of difficulty in QA. So Umesh, level of difficulty, you can't really tell कि कितने, so basically CET में medium to, I mean easy to moderate level का ही आता है. But sometimes during during all three attempts of mine, I have seen a slot जिसका QA बहुत ही difficult आ गया, cat level का आ गया. But the thing is, you have to be calm and composed कि that time you have to make sure that you are pocketing the low hanging fruits which are there and not panicking कि अरे ये difficult है, ये कैसा करूँ. Difficult आपको है तो difficult सबको ही होगा. तो you don't have to waste your time there, but solve the easy questions, क्योंकि there is a possibility ऐसे होता ही है कि QA बहुत ही ज्यादा difficult आ गया कि तो बाकी के 3 sections थोड़े easier level पे है. तो make sure that you're not wasting your time in that particular section, but allotting your time in the other section so that you can get maximum marks out of it. तो difficulty level for ऐसे कोई भी section के लिए we can't say it, but on a general basis easy to moderate questions ही आते हैं, बहुत difficult questions आते नहीं है. And if you have like very difficult questions, you should be you should gauge that कि ये you have to leave it, you don't have to keep solving it क्योंकि it is a time bound exam and you can solve instead of पहले तो कौन से क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करना ही टेक्स अ लॉट ऑफ टाइम एज कम्पेयर टू अदर सेक्शंस. सो यू शुड टेक दैट डिसीजन कि ये करना है कि नहीं करना है, एंड दैट विल कम ओवर टाइम कि आपको पता चल जाएगा आप मॉक्स दोगे तब कि क्या कितना डिफिकल्ट है. अगर वो आ रहा है मे बी ऑन योर डी डेट वो लीव करना है या फिर यू हैव टू अटेम्प्ट इट. सो आई थिंक दैट्स इट फॉर द लेवल ऑफ डिफिकल्टी इन QA.
All right, and just one more thing, guys. I'm reiterating, अभी start करके भी crack करना is not a task for JBMS. 2.5 महीने ऑलमोस्ट यू कैन इजीली स्कोर 99.99. काफी लोग तो 1.5 महीने पहले भी चालू कर दे. Just that work on the syllabus smartly, focus on the important chapters that we discussed today. वो पहले खत्म करो, प्रैक्टिस करो, बीच बीच में मॉक्स दो, अपना लेवल समझो, देखो किधर प्रॉब्लम आ रहा है, किधर किधर तुम वीक हो. जस्ट कीप इम्प्रूविंग एंड इट्स अ पीस ऑफ केक. आई एम टेलिंग यू, जितना लोग बोलते हैं ना इतना टफ है इतना टफ है, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. यू जस्ट हैव टू बी कॉन्फिडेंट. मी पर्सनली आई हैव नेवर एवर, आई यूज्ड टू, मेरे टाइम पे आई यूज्ड टू गिव आईएमएस के मॉक्स. आईएमएस के आज तक वो रैंक लिस्ट में मेरा नाम नहीं आया, बट आई वॉज स्टिल ड्रिवन. आई वॉज कॉन्फिडेंट कि लास्ट तक इम्प्रूव करते जाऊंगा तो आ जाएगा. एंड आई गॉट इन टू JBMS विद एन AIR 11. सो रैंक लिस्ट में नाम नहीं आया तो उसका टेंशन मतलब जस्ट बी हैप्पी कि मॉक खराब गया, बिकॉज there would be so many questions that you can then learn and you would be able to improve yourself. ये सारे questions अगर मेन सीईटी में आते हैं तो क्या होता, वैसे सोचो, एटलीस्ट अभी आ गया, अभी तुमको पता है that how you have to solve it. So lesser surprises during CET. So just take everything in a very positive way. Um, Rucha
Yeah.
will take up one last question, your call, and Shivali, you want to say something?
Yeah, also now we have from this year we have like CET taking place 2 times in a year. So even if you are unable to, even if there is somebody who has started preparing now, 2 महीने you feel that आपका syllabus complete करने में जाएगा, but make sure that you're putting most of it, putting as much effort as you can to crack it in this. I mean, to get a higher percentile in this attempt itself, the first attempt that we have for this year. और अगर नहीं हुआ, कम स्कोर आया तो it is fine. If you still have time to prepare, you still have your second attempt. So I mean that is I mean CET we have to eat 2 times in a year, so that is like a blessing in disguise for you guys.
और
Yeah.
लोग डरते कि अरे 2 बार अटेम्प्ट हो रहा है तो ज्यादा कंपटीशन होएगा, ज्यादा लोग मार्क्स लाएंगे। अरे बट तुमको भी तो 2 अटेम्प्ट मिल रहा है, यू ऑल्सो गेटिंग दैट वन एक्स्ट्रा मंथ टू मेक योर सेल्फ बेटर। व्हाई डू यू वांट टू थिंक अबाउट अदर्स? यूड बी नोइंग कि इधर इधर मुझे प्रॉब्लम, ये चैप्टर से प्रॉब्लम हुआ था, तो यू विल इम्प्रूव एंड गेट बेटर। सो जस्ट थिंक ऑफ दैट लाइक इन द वे आई जस्ट टोल्ड यू। या रुचा, गो अहेड।
Yeah, so we have question from others. So is 2.5 months enough to go from 80 to 150 in mocks? I mean, you have most of our seniors or my batchmates who have started like in the month of Jan and they have cracked JVMS. So, I mean, I think so it is definitely easier for you because you already have started and you have scored like 80 marks right now. So, with the help of proper test series, with the help of proper coaching, with the help of proper analysis of your test, so you can go from 80 to 150 very easily in like 3 months. And like Shivali said, this year we have CT 2 times. Maybe if you are not able to perform in your first attempt, which is in the month of April, so you still have 1 month to focus on the topics in which you have lagged in your first attempt and just help just go through all the topics so you will be able to like do well in the second attempt. You can just go through them, you can improve your score in the second attempt. So if you are thinking, okay, I won't be able to do it, then I mean, it's very tough for you. So you can just go through mocks, just you can have mocks from various test series. You have mocks from TTP, you have mocks from IMS. You can try to solve as many mocks as possible because solving more questions is the key to go from 80 to 150. Analyze it thoroughly, go through the analysis where you have the analysis of the number of questions solved by the topo and then the number of time taken by the topo to solve the question. So with the help of thorough analysis, you can go from 80 to 150, and there are very easy topics in CET which you can cover maybe in 2.5 months, or maybe even 1 month you can just clear all your basics, which is very easy. So I mean, yeah, it is definitely easy to go from 80 to 150. Even I mean, Vidhan, you can just add to it. Even you have prepared for CET and you have went from 60 to like 150 to 160 marks.
Guys, it's all about knowing your weaknesses. मैंने एक मॉक दिया था, उसमें मुझे 60 आए थे। तो जो मेरी फटी थी ना आफ्टर दैट, दैट मैंने देर आर स्टडीड लेफ्ट राइट सेंटर फॉर सीईटी। आई वाज लाइक कि 60 मार्क्स में कुछ नहीं होने वाला है, सो आई हैव टू वर्क ऑन माई वीकनेसेस। हर एक टॉपिक को मैंने अच्छे से देखा था। आई यूज टू लुक फॉर द फास्टेस्ट पॉसिबल मैनर टू सॉल्व अ क्वेश्चन, even the correct ones. When I used to analyze the mocks, many of you all don't look at the correct questions. तुम्हें लगता है हाँ करेक्ट हो गया तो हो गया, मतलब why do I have to look at that? बट 2 मिनट लेके अगर करेक्ट किया होता, देयर इज नो पॉइंट। 1 मिनट के अंदर अगर कर पा रहे हो, दैट्स हाउ यू शुड सॉल्व अ क्वेश्चन। सो डोंट जस्ट एनालाइज द रॉन्ग ones, even the correct ones. This is what we try to do at the top percentile. We try to give you the best method to solve a question. We, the toppers, had ourselves recorded some videos, not some, all the videos of all the topics in CET with the exact same methods that we had used to crack CET. So if you're interested, you can have a look at them. If not, whichever class you are at, just practice hard, look for the best methods, analyze the mocks, and don't give up. That's it for today, guys. एंड आई नो कि हर बार मैं बोलता हूँ कि संडे होगा लाइव, एक दो बार से नहीं हो रहा है. This Sunday, definitely we are coming live again at 8 p.m. So whatever questions you have, just be ready with those and we'll take all of them up. Thank you so much guys for being in this live session. Just hit the like button, subscribe. तीसरी बार बोल रहा हूँ मैं. जो नहीं कर रहा है ना, देखता हूँ मैं फिर नेक्स्ट टाइम चैट में आई पुट कि ओनली सब्सक्राइबर्स कैन पुट द मैसेज. ठीक है गाइस, थैंक यू सो मच. थैंक्स शिवाली, थैंक्स Urja for being with us and helping the aspirants.